Hi guys, it's your buddy Horseticuffs here with part 2 of TMNT, the Hyperstone Heist. We're at stage 4, the Gauntlet, which is one of the cardinal sins of game design in my opinion, that can stop a good game in its tracks, and that is a boss rush. I'm not saying it's an unforgivable sin, but it's certainly not something I don't know anybody has ever appreciated. And my partners today are Italian roast coffee. Oh god, that's friggin' hot. And a crippling weariness down to my very soul of overwork. So good morning, and welcome to Coffee and Contemplation with Horseticuffs. And, you know, we got these fucking aliens, and they're just hopping along, and they totally look like xenomorphs made out of, like, cheese or something. I don't know what the hell they're supposed to be. But we got Leatherhead here again, and we're gonna kick his ass again. And one of the fun things about this boss rush, at the very least, is that all the bosses are palette swapped, which is something in particular I enjoy. Pretty sure I've mentioned it on these videos before, but my whole life I've been obsessed with things not being the color they normally are, you know. When I was a lad, I used to fantasize that my toys were an abnormal color, you know, and I think it all started, honestly, when I got Faker for the Masters of the Universe toy line. You know, he was like a blue He-Man that had like some gears in his chest with orange hair. He was supposed to be a robot, like an evil He-Man robot. Like, fucking, it was like the greatest crime ever pulled off, man. Nobody could ever tell this fucking blue robot was not He-Man. You know, perfect crime, you know what I mean? But ever since then, I've been obsessed with things being a different color, and, you know, I know it's weird, but the boss rush was made a bit more tolerable for me by these enemies being a different color than last time, you know. This time Rocksteady is wearing purple. I believe he was wearing different colors last time. And, you know, the other bosses are wearing different colors as well. And there's, at the very least, a new boss at the end. You see Rocksteady even has grenades now, so that's like a entirely different move. So at least that's something. And they still do that orange glow that I love so much in my Turtles bosses. I'm really kind of surprised they just didn't go ahead and make the boss rush boss for this character Bebop instead. Bebop's not in the game at all that I can tell. You know, you think they're two sides of the same coin, Rocksteady, Bebop, you know, but evidently not. This one is totally a takeoff of the Turtles arcade game boss. Same patterns and everything, which is cool. Cool little homage. And there we have Tatsu again. He's wearing red this time, which is cool. I seem to remember him being a character from the first Turtles movie, which, you know, I haven't seen any of the Michael Bay Turtles. Surprisingly, my kids think they're pretty cool. And my youngest daughter, Emily, who does the Daddy-Daughter Neon series with me, she's a big Turtles fan of the Michael Bay Turtles and Nickelodeon cartoons. I haven't seen any of that shit. My Turtles love began and ended with the games, the toy line in the late 80s, early 90s. And that's about it. Oh, and the first movie. I haven't seen any of the other live action movies from the 80s or 90s. But that first movie, oh my god. You know, it's dark, it's depressing, it's fucking, it goes places that you would not expect a Turtles movie to go, which is pretty cool. Like when Raph loses his sigh and he says damn. I think I was like 8 or 9 when I saw that movie, and of course it made me want to be a ninja, because, you know, obviously that was a big success in my life as a professional ninja. But No, I mean, when he lost his sight, he said, damn, that, like, freaked me the fuck out, man, because, like, your favorite cartoon characters should not be swearing. I know. Like, it's like when fucking that, in Transformers the movie, when that white Ultra Magnus, the white Optimus Ultra Magnus, you guys know better than I would, and when he gets shot and he says, damn, I was like, no. But ironic, because damn, I love me some profanity now. So here's Baxter Stockman. You may remember him from the cartoon series, or wherever you remember your Turtles from, but, you know, I'm kind of surprised they didn't have him as a fly in this. You know, that's, God, I want to say he was in the Turtles arcade game in a very similar form. Or maybe it was Turtles in Time. This boss could be from Turtles in Time. It all rains together, you know, all melts together. Anyways, he's not that hard. You just have to do a bunch of quick jump kicks at an angle, you know, cross-cut him, kinda. And before you know it, he's gone. My dear Mousers have been beaten. Ho 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 ho. Cowabunga! And now we are jumping straight into the bowels of the Technodrome. As you see, it will appear here momentarily. This is kind of a traditional scene. You get it in all the Turtles games. And this time Shredder makes an appearance to speak directly to us. Via telepathy, I guess? Hey dudes, let's go. And here we attack Shredder at the very heart of his lair. Oh boy. I am exhausted. I need another hit of my coffee. Here's to you. Here's to coffee. Here's to a terrible work-life balance. But hey, you know, it's better than being unemployed. So we have Mousers attacking again. You know, the best move for them is always a good sharp jump kick. That way they don't even get a chance to attack you. And these things, I don't know what the hell they are. I know they were in the arcade game, and it seems like they take less hits in this version. But that's okay, because easier is always better almost. And one of the things I love about the Turtles series is the palette swapped Foot Clan. You know me and my palette swaps. These guys are a pain in the butt. Now this level does tend to drag on a little bit, you know, it's kind of samey. Of course, that's one area this whole all the Turtles games kind of falter a bit in is enemy variety. I mean, you're fighting a lot of Foot Clan ninjas. Ninja, I guess that's the plural. But they do their best with the changes, the color changes, and the weapons, and you know, some of them have different tricks and hot tips, whatnot. I love the silly faces the turtles make when they get taken and stuff, like when they get constrained by enemies, or when they fall down the manholes and such. Apologies if you hear the thumping in the background. That's my massively obese dog, Dover. He's my beautiful little wolf son. But like I said, you know, as much as I like the old Turtle stuff, I've never seen the Michael Bay stuff. The guys just they look weird to me. And Megan Fox just never really struck me as a decent April O'Neil. Maybe she is. Like I said, I haven't seen it. But I was kind of put off of Michael Bay stuff after seeing the first Transformers remake he did, or reboot he did. It just looked so weird and different. I mean, not nonsensical. I mean, they look like they were made out of jagged pieces of metal and crap, which I guess kind of makes sense, but Now, you know, I'm a fairly big fan of his horror label Platinum Dunes. You know, I thought the Friday the 13th reboot, I'm a huge Friday fan, I thought that was pretty good, and I kind of wish it had gone further. These fucking balls, man. You know, and I believe they did some pretty good Texas Chainsaw stuff as well. I think they did The Hills Have Eyes, maybe, even. Anyways, you know, Platinum Dunes is not without some skill in the horror genre, and I believe that's Michael Bay, so kudos to him for that, at least. At least as a producer, at the very least. I don't know what the hell those ends in the backgrounds are supposed to be. You know, this game does seem to overstay its welcome a little bit. It's took me about 55 minutes for my playthrough or something to that effect, and that's why I split it into 2 parts. I don't want to make videos that long. I think this video could have been a tight, or the game could have been a tight 45. I mean, I understand the need for padding, especially when you're selling this for $60 or $50 back in the day. But you know, it's like I like to talk about with It's Wonderful Life. You know, the Christmas classic. You probably been forced by your older relatives to see it, and you know, I love watching it with my kids and my girlfriend every year. But I think you probably could remove half an hour from that movie, tighten it up a little bit, and make it a bit more accessible to modern viewers. You know, I think you could probably knock 20 minutes of stuff out of this game and probably make it a bit better. I'm fond of saying this Oscar Wilde quote, but I think it still holds true. Here's Krang, good old Krang, and that, you know, that Oscar Wilde quote is, "Brevity is the soul of wit." You know, don't overstay your welcome. And Krang, like most of the bosses in this game, good sharp jump kicks over and over again. You know. There's not a whole lot they can do about them. Don't do those slow jump kicks like that. Don't take your time. Just, you know, good sharp jump kicks. and just again kind of go in there, get your hits in, and go. You know, don't hang out. He's kind of a pain in the ass, but you know he's Krang, so he's supposed to be. Coffee, my secret lover. My immortal beloved. And thank God after this, all we really have to do is go through a stupid elevator and get to Super Shredder. Okay, we almost got him. Let's do this, guys. Damn you, Krang. Go back to Dimension X where you came from. He is kind of adorable. And like I said earlier in yesterday's video, at the very least, they're pretty generous with the pizza when you really need it in this. Okay. And now we find ourselves in a similar situation to where we were in my Streets of Rage 2 video, in that they use an elevator going deep into Subterranea as a means of pushing an arena on you. You know, you are a captive audience, you're stuck here, they're just going to flood you with dudes. You know, just like in real life, pizza's always there when you need it. Ugh, Mousers. I have to believe this is what Dean Kamen was trying to invent when he was working on the Segway. I shit you not, I saw a dude riding a Segway down the highway the other day. Now those things move at like 8 miles per hour? This guy must have balls of steel. My daughter and I, Emily, who I do daddy-daughter neon with, we were at the park just hanging out, you know, going for a walk, and we see this guy on a Segway, and I'm like, oh look, Emily, a Segway, and I tell her all about Dean Kamen and all that goofy shit, and you know, he's sitting there bullshitting with us for a hot minute while we talk about Segways, and he goes, they're the only way to travel, and then he bids us a good day, and he goes directly from the fucking park right onto the fucking highway. This motherfucker had a death wish like Charles Bronson. Godspeed, Segway man. I hope every town has one. And he crossed the highway without even a crosswalk. Shine on, you crazy Segway diamond. Now see, if the Foot Clan have the ability to be fucking liquid metal and rise out of any fucking floor, I don't know why the fuck they're saving it for now. I mean, this shit would have come in very useful to them the entire time I've been fucking trying to stop Shredder and Krang. I mean, kudos to them for keeping a secret, but it seems like something that maybe they should have been using this whole time. And have I mentioned that the 3-button layout of the Genesis pad and the way that you have a independent run button instead of like double tapping to run or holding to run like in the Super Nintendo version, either one of which are options, makes it kind of a bitch. You gotta use like a weird claw maneuver. If you're lucky, you can hear massive fucking Poochie Dover just jumping on my couch full of horror pillows. And here's Super Shredder. He's buff as fuck. But we're lucky in that he's super easy. It's like when he's covered in flames, don't fuck with him. When he's not covered in flames, go for it. I mean, that's a pretty good tip just for life in general. If something's covered in flames, don't fuck with it. If it's not covered in flames, give it a shot. Now, if memory serves, Super Shredder, at the very least, when you hit him, there's no damage recognition. You know, he doesn't flash a different color, he doesn't say anything, he doesn't make any noise. So you're not quite sure you're doing damage to him, but you are. I forget, because, you know, I record the audio afterwards. I forget if eventually he does start... Oh, that's my alarm. Sorry, guys. That is the theme from Friday the 13th. I told you I was a big fucking Jason nerd. But we're definitely doing damage to him because you see his life bar going down. It seems like a weird choice for them to completely forget to show damage for him, you know? There's a good old hot foot animation. Very few enemies in this game cause that. But it's a pretty... Oh, mutagen blast. Yeah, the hot foot animation is a pretty well-loved tradition of the Turtles franchise. And we're done! That was Scene 5, the final shell shock. Cowabunga, dudes! Thank you for joining me. April, what's going on? There's a giant fucking rat guy just hanging out here in the crowd. Nobody seems to care. The true answer is shrouded in mystery, but there's this fucking crazy rat guy winking at the camera. And here's the credits, y'all. Now I will let the credits play while I bullshit around with you here. Yeah, so this is Horseticuffs, and this has been Coffee and Contemplation. And it wouldn't be Coffee and Contemplation without the rest of my coffee. I thank you for sticking around through the video. I'm going to try and take a little break from beat-em-ups now for a little bit, just for my few rare and precious viewers whom I love dearly. Don't want you to get bored of them. So I'm going to do a little something else after this. I want to do a little known indie game that was popular for a little bit but then kind of fell off the radar. I'm not going to talk about it here, but I will be releasing that as soon as I record a narration. I recorded a video quite a while ago, but I'm excited to bring that to you. But I promise it is not a beat-em-up. This is not a beat-em-up exclusive channel. As we see here, of course, TMNT was brought to you by Konami. Hashtag fuck Konami. And this is your buddy Horseticuffs signing off from Coffee and Contemplation with Horseticuffs. I thank you very much for viewing. Please like, follow, subscribe, share. Just love me. It's how I get my self-worth. Game over, man. Game over. Thank you for watching, and good night.